Jen here with Score TV, and we are live with Derek Guzman today. How's it going, Derek?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Doing great today. Nice little rainy day here, so I'm gonna bring some sunshine to the broadcast.
Oh, I'm on the West Coast, so I got a little sunshine. I'll just send it your way. But hey, can we talk about this really quick? We're going to talk about the power rankings, but Derek, you and I escaped major piedom this week. Derek and I were totally in on Mike Evans in the FF Pie Bet with Fantasy Alarm because that guy should have feasted. And I will tell you that Sunday night I went to bed pretty depressed thinking, oh, lemon meringue, chocolate cream. I was certain. And then Tyreek Hill.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate that he was injured. I'm really sad he's injured. I'm a little happy I don't have to take a pie. But I did go ahead and donate $10 on behalf of the pie would have taken to Children's Fund just because I wanted to. But we're gonna do it again next week.
Oh, God, I got to make a better pick. You know, I thought Mike Evans was a slam dunk, and yes, he won, but
see, that's the about this game though. Everyone thinks it's so easy, like it's a slam dunk, and it never is. I mean, the guy who took Tyreek Hill, I mean, come on. He should have. That was a slam dunk.
Got really disappointed.
All right. Well, enough playing around. Let's get to these power rankings. All right. So we just got our PlaySqorr power rankings in today. All right. Here we go. Coming in at number 10, we have the Cowboys. You know, that's my team, my boys. They did defeat the Detroit Lions pretty handily, 35-27. As we know, Dak threw for 444 yards in that game. So it was looking good. Big game number 9, we have the Buffalo Bills. Are they the only team in New York now? Are they? We'll talk about that in a minute. They won 34-20 over Miami. Coming in at number 8, the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, that was a fun one. Halftime didn't look so good for them. But I believe it was the last 99 games in a row before this one that anyone came back from that big of a deficit. So Vikings, we'll talk about that in a bit. Number 7, Kansas City Chiefs, of course, won last night over the Chargers without Tyreek Hill, who's injured. We'll have to check on his status. Number 6, the Green Bay Packers, who were on a bye last week. Let's just start with those. What do you think, Derek? How are these rankings? Do you agree with them? What's going on here?
I think they're pretty accurate. You know, the Bills are sitting there at number 9. There's a couple teams that just missed the cut. The Texans just got walloped by the Ravens. Like, it was miserable for them. The Colts
had a big
DeAndre
Hopkins interference call, though. I mean,
oh my God, you can watch that over and over and over again, and every time it's going to be passed.
Yeah.
Game. Oh my God, that was really bad. You know, if you're going to have pass interference and reviewable, get it right. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Colts had a big win last week with Brissett coming back, even though T.Y. Hilton was out, so they just missed cracking the top 10. But you know, the most impressive team last week was the Vikings in that area. They were down 20-0 at halftime. They haven't had a comeback like that since 1992. Huge win. Last time they did it was against the Bears. Mike Ditka. They said that Mike Ditka might kill John Harbaugh. So that was a crazy game, and old at the time. Okay. The Vikings were very impressive last week.
So that's one way to look at it. The Vikings were very impressive last week. Or you could say, really, guys, I think you got to get it together if you're going to go down 20-0. Because guess what? There's going to be a lot better teams that you're playing than Denver. So if you're going to get down 20-0 to Denver, I'm not sure. It seems to me there might be something going on there. And I know they're without Adam Thielen, but get it together, guys. That's how I'm looking at it.
I think it showed a little resiliency. You know, they're the only team, them and the Patriots, the only teams that are undefeated at home. So you don't want to go into Minnesota. They will win.
Okay. That's one way to look at it. What do you think about Adam Thielen coming back? You think that's going to affect the value of Stephon Diggs? You think it's going to take away from him or help him?
I just think it's going to help elevate the team even more. You know, Cousins is learning how to win without him. He's getting it done. He's been using Rudolph a lot. And then Thielen's going to come back and just add that extra layer that the defense is going to have to worry about and not just focus on Dalvin Cook and Diggs anymore.
All right. What about that Josh Allen performance in Miami? You think that's legit?
Oh my God, what a fantasy performance! That guy was
Fantasy
running
performance.
all over the field. He was scoring. He was Oh my
Yeah.
God! I mean, everybody's always been knocking him, whether he's a wild thrower, not accurate. It doesn't matter with that guy. He's getting it done. He's scrambling
Yeah.
around almost like a Jeff Garcia, just making it happen for his team.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, let's reveal some more of our power rankings. All right. Number 5, we've got the Saints. Alvin Kamara's back. Drew Brees seemed to be back on track because what the heck happened last week versus the Falcons? Talk about that. Number 4, we've got the 49ers. They won 36-26 over Arizona. Number 3, we've got Seattle Seahawks. They had a bye last week. Number 2, the New England Patriots. And I think no one is surprised with number 1 after video game Lamar Jackson put on a show versus Houston. It's the Baltimore Ravens.
The new MVP thoughts? Of the league.
Right? Okay, so let's talk about that. Is it Lamar Jackson or is it Russell Wilson? Because last week we're like, crazy overtime, amazing performance by Russell Wilson. This guy is totally an MVP. And here we are 8 days later, we're like, Lamar Jackson, MVP. What do you think?
I don't know. We've been talking about Russell Wilson. We had a debate on if Lamar Jackson's elite. I don't know, man. This guy is every week is just doing it and doing it well. He just comes out there with his shades on the sideline, just throwing passes, spinning on defenders. That guy is fun to watch, man.
He is.
Most exciting player in the league, without a doubt.
He is. He's so much fun to watch. I also really enjoy watching Deshaun Watson, and unfortunately didn't get to see enough of Deshaun.
I was looking for a great game in that one too, and they were just, they laid down. They laid down.
They did. So what do you think about the rest of these rankings? I think we agree the Ravens earned this power ranking number 1 spot, but what about the Pats and the Seahawks right after that?
I mean, the Pats they're as stable as they come. They took it to Philly, showed them what they do. Their defense held Philly to 7 points as usual. My big team this week was the Saints. They bounced back from the Atlanta loss, went on the road in Tampa Bay, and their defense just stepped it up. With Lattimore being out, it was almost like all the players rose up. They had 12 passes defended, 4 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. Brees had an 80% completion percentage. He was just on fire that game. And, once the Saints get hot, look out for them always.
Yeah, I agree. That was impressive. And they have got Kamara back now, which is nice for them. And Michael Thomas, that guy.
Every week. Best wide receiver in the league right now.
Absolutely. Followed closely by Mike Evans, usually. Womp, womp. Okay, anyway, still avoided the pie. So back to the Patriots. You know what's frustrating to me is I feel like if you guys ever play fantasy sports, who can you depend on with the Patriots? Like Edelman, right? But Sony Michel, Philip Dorsett, Miguel Sanu, James White, who? I feel like I know they're great, but I just wonder about what's going on with that offense.
Well, they admitted it themselves Tom Brady admitted that their offense is just not right. I mean, if you're playing any of the score matchups, I would be picking against every one of the Patriots every week because they are not covering anything out there.
Yeah.
They're talking about N'Keal Harry coming back and going to help open up the offense. They're just, I don't know, something's just not right with them right now. But thankfully, their defense is stout and keeping them in the games, allowing Tom Brady to manage a win.
Yeah, and interestingly, we have here the Seahawks right after the Patriots, and of course they sent Josh Gordon over. Well, they didn't send him over; they released Josh Gordon. The Seahawks picked him up. But what do you think about the Seahawks being ranked over the 49ers? And Niners fans, if you want to comment on this, please write in and comment. What do you think about that ranking? So 49er Vic says, "Go Niners." Well, yeah, go Niners.
Go Niners! I mean, were you cheering for them when Seahawks beat them up a little bit? I don't know. Seahawks beat San Francisco. That's why they're ahead. I think that's the right ranking.
All right, you think it's correct because the record is better for the 49ers.
That's fine. It's a head-to-head matchup. Who would you take right now, Jen? If neutral field, Seattle versus San Francisco, who are you taking?
I think I'd take the Niners. I think I would.
Oh, really?
I know. I know.
Is that because you live in California, or is that because
No,
really
it's because
thing?
I think there's something going on with that entire team stepping up. I think it's a mental thing. But I'm with you. Like, I mean, we got Russell in the talk about MVP and Jimmy Garoppolo, certainly, like head turning quarterback, but somehow he's game managing. And he did it last week with Deebo Samuel and
I see
George
NFC
Kittle.
Championship games on the line. I don't know, San Francisco, Seattle playing. I don't feel San Francisco pulling out that game. I see Russell Wilson leading the team.
Totally. I mean, I get you. I'm with you. I think that's a great rivalry. I love it. It's a fun game to watch.
I'm just happy
What
the
about
49ers are good again. It's almost like when the Cowboys become good,
yeah.
everybody starts watching football more and
Tell me
pays more
about it.
attention. The 49ers just bring back that nostalgia from 15, 20 years ago.
Totally, totally agree. You're exactly. It's a great comparison with the Cowboys. I agree. Will the Patriots fall on the list? We have John Thomas asking.
I mean, they are the Patriots, right? They do host the Cowboys this Sunday coming up, so I think that's going to be the real true test. Dak Prescott is on fire. They're going to be Amari Cooper's back healthy again. Gallup had a huge game this past week. So
And
we're
they're
going to
not
see.
afraid to look to Randall Cobb now either. I believe
Oh,
he's had 2 games in a row with about 100 yards and a touchdown, right?
oh, great
So they've
point.
got 3 receivers. And I don't know if you were watching much of that game, but it wasn't even just Ezekiel Elliott. In fact, Ezekiel Elliott may have been even a little disappointing, but Tony Pollard is
Yeah,
explosive
yeah, like a
when he gets a
20-yard
chance to
touchdown
play.
catch. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he looked great coming out of there. I agree.
So if they
Pa-
can just get their heads in the right place, the
Yep.
Cowboys.
If the Patriots, defend the Cowboys at home,
Yeah.
they'll stick right where they are at number 2. I don't see them passing the Ravens. But if the Cowboys go in there and take care of business against the Patriots going to fall pretty significantly, I feel.
Charger Boy wants to know why the Chiefs are so high when they lost to the Titans and almost lost to the Chargers. It's a good point. It's a good point. Now, I just want to say, Derek and I don't make these rankings, so don't blame us. Let's talk about that.
Um, I mean, the Chiefs are just high-powered offense. Like they proved it last night, even without Tyreek Hill, that they're going to get it done. I saw McCole Hardman catch a pass, 7-yard pass, and run 20 yards sideways before he turned it up for a 15-yard gain. Watkins gets more involved. Kelsey had a beautiful touchdown catch.
Yeah. We were waiting for that.
You have to stop Pat Mahomes to stop the Chiefs, and until somebody does, I mean, they're going to keep winning.
Well, I have a couple thoughts about that. I do think the Vikings probably should be ranked above the Chiefs, even though I was, talking a little smack about the Vikings earlier, simply because the Chiefs' defense is just ridiculous. And I think you have to have both offense and defense to really be, the better team. So I think the Vikings are a little better than the Chiefs personally. The record is as well. I don't know how much that really matters.
I appreciate that, though.
Are you a Vikings fan?
Oh yeah, I'm a big.
I mean, if I'm taking a quarterback, I'm taking Pat Mahomes over Kirk Cousins, no question.
Yeah.
So there is that. Like, let's talk about 3 of the most talented quarterbacks are
I think
right
the reason
here in this top
why
10.
Chiefs are over them is the Chiefs did just beat the Vikings 2 weeks ago. So they at home and even with I think there was no Pat. Was there Pat Mahomes in that game? I don't think there was. It was a Matt Moore led team that beat the Vikings. So
Yeah, so that's a good argument. But that was a no Adam Thielen game, right?
yeah.
So I mean, who knows? Bigger in Texas, Dave is asking if we were harsh on the Texans.
I don't know, man. You lose by what was it? 35 points, 34 points. You got walloped, man. Like, what
Listen,
else do you expect your team to go?
I love the Texans. I love Deshaun Watkins. I love DeAndre Hopkins. I even love, Kenny Stills. Well, all those guys. But the fact is the secondary's trash. They're letting people run all over them. So until they fix that, I don't think they can be in this top 10 power rankings. I think that's fair. Are they talented? Yeah.
Listen, I think the Texans. We had them ranked last week at number 8, and I think that was even generous because we had them ranked above the Vikings and the Bills last week, and
I think we had them above the Cowboys too, didn't we?
Exactly, and and above the Cowboys. So I mean, all those teams proved themselves this week, and the Texans fell on their face. So
they did.
I mean, maybe if they put up a fight and it was a good game, maybe they wouldn't have moved anywhere, but they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. They did have a Carlos Hyde touchdown. So, what do you expect for next week, Derek?
Big shakeup. Speaking of the Texans, it's Texans Colts Thursday night football.
Good
That's going to
night.
be a huge game to look out for.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
big. T.Y. Hilton's trying to play in that game. That's
yep,
going to be a big game to decide some
yep.
of the rankings. We got the Seahawks going into Philly. So that's going to be a little bit of test in the weather elements with Russell Wilson going on the road all the way to the East Coast. That's going to be a big game to watch in terms of power rankings. And then game of the week, Packers coming off a bye at San Francisco. That
Yeah,
is going to be something to watch. I'm definitely
yeah,
tuning in for that whole game.
definitely. And the San Francisco defense has slipped a little last couple weeks. Hasn't looked as tight.
Couple injuries, but and then Aaron Rodgers coming off a bye week. Who knows, man? That's going to be some fun game.
Let's say the Cowboys do beat the Patriots. How
Ooh.
much would that change these power rankings?
Wow, I don't know. Would the Cowboys make it into the top five? I don't know. I think they'd be just out the top five behind the
They
Saints,
might. They might. Yeah.
right
I'd love to
there.
see it. I'd love to see it. Dak, Zeke, do you hear me?
Everybody just everybody just wants the Patriots to lose at some point. But in my opinion, I like watching greatness. I like watching the dynasty. But I think
But
I
I
think
really
we're
think
all ready for another top team.
everybody wants the Patriots to lose and everybody wants the Cowboys to lose, right? So who do you want to lose less?
I mean, I am originally from Texas, so I would probably pick the
Really?
Cowboys. Oh yeah.
Right. Oh boy. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, that's been our week 10. Sorry, our week 11. Week 12. What is it? Week 12? This is our week 12 power ranking. Thanks for tuning in, you guys, based on week 11.
Thanks, guys.
Going into week 12. So, if you guys want to check out our app, go to PlaySqorr, download it from the App Store, and use the promo code PlaySqorrTV to get your initial deposit matched. Up to $20, I believe, is how it works. So go play. It's head-to-head matchups. It's tons of fun. It's also over-unders, and it's easy, and it's cool,
Lots
and
of fun.
lots of fun. And just before we sign off, any thoughts on who you might be thinking to take in a fantasy football pie bet this week?
I mean, it depends on who they pick, but I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm looking at
I'm
Tyler
thinking
Lockett going against that
it's a good
weak
one.
Philly defense,
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think Tyler Lockett would be a good choice. I'm going to
and
think
coming
some
off
more
a
on
bye
mine.
week too.
Coming up a bye week, rested, although he was a little injured when he left the game last time. So we'll just need to check
Yep.
out how banged up he is. But I think he'll probably be playing and playing well. All right.
All right.
Thanks again for joining us, Derek. And we will see you guys live next time.
All right. Thanks, guys.